I still remember the first time when I actually decided I was gonna go into real estate. I was at work. I never forget this. I was at work, and I decided I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna get into real estate because it's creating financial independence in myself, and then I'm creating financial freedom for my family and generational wealth and just different things like that. So I had a logical reason as to why I was getting into it. So once I decided that I was gonna actually build a company around it, I talked to a couple of my coworkers before I actually decided to get started with building a company, and some of them they actually supported me, but I'll never forget. It was this one person in specific who told me like, "No, man, I wouldn't get into it. Like, it's a risky game and all of this and all of that." And he just basically told me all the downfalls of what I would go through to get into real estate. He brought up stories about a couple of his friends that was in real estate, and when they bought properties, how they didn't buy them at the right price, so when they sold them, they lost money, and just different things like that. And I can't lie, I started to feel discouraged at one point in time because I'm like, damn, like if these people that seasoned investors, they in this field already, and then they losing money, I don't know enough to actually gain a lot of money or get a lot of money, so I might as well not even attempt to do it. But luckily I was in the right state of mind, and I thought about it over the course of the next couple of days, and I'm like, well, am I really doing it for the money, or am I doing it for the purpose of showing my family entirely something different? And I know y'all probably wondering where am I going with this story, and I want to break it down to y'all like this: when you start to change your life around, you start to realize that there's other things out here that's way different for like that's better for you. You have to realize that not everybody gonna be able to see that. There's gonna be a lot of people out here that still got that little mindset, and it's just like you on a growth, you got a growth mentality all of a sudden. So there's gonna be people out here that's not equipped with that kind of mind yet. So they're gonna always rain on your parade, and they're gonna always try to crush your dreams. But it's up to you to decide whether you're gonna let that affect you or not. And it's just like in this situation, if I'd have let that affect me, I wouldn't even be here telling this story. I wouldn't be doing half of the stuff that I'm doing today. And I'm so grateful that I was in the right state of mind at that point in time where I wasn't going to let nobody affect me because my family and making a change was more important than what somebody told me and what everybody else was doing and what people were failing at. So in life, you're going to encounter different things. Like, there's going to be a lot of things that you don't have control over. But you have to realize what you even got started in it before. Like, my number one thing that I looked at, I'm like, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this to show my little brothers and sisters a different road. I'm doing this to build generational wealth. Like, I know so many people that grew up in the same situations as me, having struggling parents and their parents not being able to teach them the things they needed to survive in this world. So I'm doing it for those people right there. Like, you got to make it bigger than you. You can't let the reality of life scare you out of actually going out here and achieving your dreams because as much as it sounds kind of cliche, bad things are going to happen. But it's just like, that's how you learn from it. You don't learn from it from running away from the problem. So I'm out here to tell y'all that whatever it is in life that you decide you want to do, it's going to be people that tell you that you shouldn't do it. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be people that might be close to you. But you got to realize and have a purpose for actually doing that. Realize that it's something stronger than just you doing it. And it's something way better than the money. Because if the money leaves, then it's just like you ain't going to have no purpose of doing it in the first place. If you make it all about money, you got to realize that it's a lot more to life out here than the money. It's like I did it for a feeling of fulfillment. Like I knew that if I were to go out here and I was to stop on my dreams, I'd be letting more than just me down. I'd be letting the people that look up to me down. I'd be letting my little brothers and my little sisters down. I'd be letting my family down, and most importantly, I'll be letting the people that grew up in the same situations as me down because believe it or not, I'm their way out. If they can see me do it, they can see me change my life, knowing that I went down a different path at one point in time, then they can do it for themselves. And that's something that I want to create inside my life where I can use my life as leverage for other people to do what they want to do with theirs. Because all it takes is one person to show you a different thing. And I want to be that one person to show everybody that whatever you want to do out here is possible. And I believe I will. And I know I won't stop. Like, that's why I wake up every day, and even though I might not post videos on Instagram or on YouTube or just on other different social media platforms, I'm constantly writing stuff down. Like, I got notebooks on notebooks on notebooks. It's just like speech topics and just different things. Like, there's only 3 of probably like the 7 notebooks that I have on different speech topics. But it goes to show you, like, I'm driven and I'm committed towards making a change. It's not out here. I'm not out here just like doing this for money or for show or for recognition or nothing like that. I want people to see my life and have a target to aim at. Like I aimed. It was hard for me to get started because when I feel like when I was on my path to positivity and towards like changing my life, I didn't necessarily have a role model or nobody I had to aim my life off of. So it kind of created a difficulty. But once I started to grow and change my mindset, I started to realize that a lot of the situations that I was placed in was enough positivity that I needed or enough motivation I needed to get up out of my situation. So I used the fact that my mom was struggling and then like different things like my pops was working hard at his job and I didn't want to go down that path. I just used real life things that I saw people doing that I didn't want to do like with the rest of my life. I used that as motivation and I told myself I want to retire my parents before they turn 50. So within the next 10 years, my parents will be retired. And that's something I'm committed to doing because they've been working hard their whole life trying to make sure that I had food on my plate and, shelter over my head, clothes on my back. And they've been doing this for me, my little brothers, my little sisters, my big sister. And then just they always been looking out for anybody in general. So I told myself when I'm in a position to pay them back, I will. So that kind of created a hunger in my life that won't allow me to give up. So I never give up on my dreams, no matter what I'm going through. I'm dedicated. I'm committed to being out here and doing these things, changing these little kids' lives, going to these schools, doing these tours, going out here buying real estate, selling real estate to better the community. I started a clean out company for the real estate investors. So it's just like I'm out here, I'm doing things because I want to be the change in the world that I wish to see. It's just like a lot of people they don't practice what they preach. I'm out here, I'm doing the things that I'm inspiring other people to do as well because life is more than just punching the clock, paying your bills, going home watching TV and dying. Like you deserve to live free. You deserve to live like and have fun. Like so go out here and do something different. Don't go out here and be scared to take a risk or take a chance because what somebody else telling you to do or what somebody else telling you happened to such and such or just different things like that. You deserve to go out here and live your best life because for all we know, this life on earth is all we got. Of course, we know that you have the eternity, so life after death. And I was reading the Bible and they said God summed it up like this. He said your life on earth is like a tent, but your life in heaven is like a house. So this only the bare minimum of what you have to expect further down the line. I'm living for eternity. So I know in order to get into heaven's gates, I have to be out here doing something other than being selfish. I have to be giving back to the community and impacting people's lives in a positive way and just showing people a different route and show them that they can do things in their life because not everybody is as strong as me mentally. Some people need that motivation every day. So I don't care if I wake up every day sounding like a broken record. There's people out here that look forward to hearing my speeches because I actually conquered a lot of things that they still going through. And they use my life as a model to base their things off of to realize and tell themselves that they can go out here and do whatever it is. So it's Leak Inspiration is another positive message. And this one a little bit deeper because I actually hit home on a lot of points. It's something I've been holding in forever. It's just like don't let nobody control your life for you because at the end of the day, if you didn't live your life the way you wanted to, you're going to be the only person you can blame because you had a decision. Like you had a decision whether you want to listen to them or not. And you decided to listen to them and let them crush your dreams. Just realize that if it's possible for anybody else out here to do it, it's possible for you as well.